Hey guys, this is Greg Hanley with Soft Hand Natural Horsemanship, and we're going to talk about desensitizing. Working with a 2-year-old Mustang, and I guarantee you there's no more fun way to irritate your horse than to just pick up some random crap out of the yard and try to scare him with it. It is a hoot. Desensitizing, to me, is just the art of getting your horse to accept an object as non-threatening. I don't want him to just ignore it, don't want him to forget it's there. I just want him to understand that it's not going to kill him. That way he won't kill me trying to get away from it. There's 3 zones to a horse. Right now, he's in the green zone. He's just standing there kind of relaxed, swishing his tail. One step up from that is the yellow zone. They'll see something that they're afraid of, they're not sure of, and they think they've got to leave or do something to alleviate the situation, to make that thing go away. And then there's the red zone. The red zone is when that switch flips and he is fearful for his life and he's going to try to save it. That's a bad place to go. You don't want to go to the red zone if you can help it. You want to take him up into that yellow zone until he decides that it's okay and comes back down into that green zone. That just helps that green zone get a little bit bigger. So that's what we're going to work on. And what I've done, I've just taken a grocery bag and tied it to a little pole here, and it just flaps and makes noise. And I'm going to start flapping that bag, and I'm going to start at a distance. I hope that he won't go too crazy, but it'll cause some concern. And then once he starts moving his feet in apprehension, I'm just going to keep up that pressure until he decides it's okay. So here we go. I'm not sure what he's going to do. This is the first time he's seen this. He's already looking at it, so. I believe we got a winner here. So I'm just going to follow him back. I'm doing plenty to scare him, so I'm not going to try to get any closer. But I'm just going to keep up that steady pressure. There we go. Until he decides it's okay to come in. What in the world have I done, huh? All right, let's try him again. Just a gentle flap. Gonna let him do whatever he thinks he needs to do here. So Mama Dasher has taught him he just needs to run away. Can you imagine being on him and this thing start blowing across the field at you? Well, goodness gracious. Try him again. Okay. What have I got on this stick, little buddy? Okay, that's not as bad. I don't think he's in love with it yet. There's our good boy. There's our good boy. All right, let's try getting a little closer. A little bit more energy in this thing. So I started off with just kind of a gentle flap, and you saw how that worked. So just a little bit more energy in it. There's our good boy. There's our good boy. There's our good boy. Gracious me. Now I may try to just see if he'll walk toward it a little bit. Make some noise, see if he'll follow me. Of course, he's going to stand on the rope with both feet. I notice the slack in the lead rope. I'm not trying to drag him. I want him to decide it's okay to come up here. So just a little bit of pressure, a little bit of pressure. Come to the side a little bit. There we go. There's my buddy. Good boy. Good boy. All right, a little bit more energy and a little bit closer. Just follow him back. There we go. There's a standstill. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't mean to burp the mic. All right. One more round. All right. That's not as batshit. All right. I paid him for that. Good boy. Now, I always keep just enough slack in the lead rope so that if he goes to take off by me, I can pull his head around and redirect them big old back feet. And if a horse knows he can move, if he wants to, he'll settle down a little bit. So if I tried just to keep his feet from moving at all, he'd really get worried about this. But since he knows he can move a little bit and get away from it, he's happy enough to stand here and put up with it for a little bit. So he turned his nose toward it a little bit, so I quit at that point. Good boy. All right, a little bit closer. So see, he's still moving, but he's not completely addle-minded. He's starting to think about it a little bit. See how much closer I'm getting it to his head and getting it above his head. So I'm slowly just adding pressure to it a little bit. There we go. He turned his head toward it, so I'm going to quit. Just look for little things that you can reward him for. So he was standing still, and he just turned his nose toward it, so I quit the pressure. All right. So I'm going to walk and get him a little bit more movement, see if I can get him to come toward me. I'm still working on that one side there. Good boy. Good boy. Now at this point, I'm going to fold it up so it doesn't flap as much, and I'm just going to try to touch him and pet him with it. And just start out here. Goodness. If he wants to sniff it, I'll let him sniff it. What is that booming thing, huh? What is that booming thing? Now retreat from it. And we'll approach again. That's a good boy. Just eat it. Just eat it. Can I pet you with it? Can I touch you with it? Look up there. Look up there. Well, you're rubbing the horse with it. You turn around where the camera can see. There's our good boy. There's our good boy. A little bit of licking and chewing. So that licking and chewing, I think, just means that he's decided I'm not going to kill him right this minute, so he's going to relax a little bit. There we go, Bubba. I'll try moving it again. There's our good boy. There's our good boy. Let's just see if I can touch him with it on the stick now. There's our good boy. There's our good boy. All right. There's our good boy. So you see how close it is to him now? There's our good boy. There we go, Bubba. So you notice as long as I sat here flapping it, he's not too bad. But when he sees it coming toward him, that's when he takes exception to it. Then we'll get past that. Notice I'm always staying kind of to the side of him, a little angle to those things, so if he wants to bolt, he can go by me and not over me. I keep my arm ready to push him off of it. Keep enough slack in the lead rope so if he blows by me, I can turn his head and get those feet away from me. You don't want to get caught with a little parting kick. So I'm a little bit closer and making a little bit more noise with it. There's our good boy. There's our good boy. Let me bring it up and let him smell it again. Goodness, yeah, just get her. Retreat. Come up there a little bit. Retreat. Come up there a little bit. Retreat. May try to rub him on his neck a little bit more. There's our good boy. Good boy. Good boy. He's a good boy. I watered up. I come pet him with it. Now we're starting the neck and the withers. That's about the most least sensitive spot on them. And then work down the back, up the neck a little bit. Try some more flapping. There's that good boy. And you always try to keep a relaxed body language. Keep yourself relaxed doing this. Because we can actually start using this for a flag for a cue. But we use our escalated body language to do that. So it's not the flag, it's your body language. I'm just trying to get him to accept this thing as it's not going to kill him. And this is just the first of many things that you can use. You tie two of these bags together, you can get a feed bag, tarp, bucket. Tie a cat to them. No, I wouldn't do that. There's a good boy. I'm just getting a little bit closer to him each time. There we go. That's the first time I've been able to touch him just with it on the end of the stick. Of course, he's away from the camera, isn't he? What is that? So he wants to look at it? I'll let him look at it. There we go. Anytime he sticks that nose toward it and wants to kind of check it out, that's great. That's what I want him to do. I have him licking on it, chewing it, and stepping on it. They usually go through about 3 stages. First, is it going to kill me? And once they get past that point, it's, oh, can I eat it? And once they find out they can't eat it, and those that can't eat them, they'll just accept it. It'll be just another thing. See if I can pet him. What in the world have we got by the tail, huh? Oh, goodness, 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 goodness gracious. So long as he's doing this, I'm not going to try to reach out and touch him. I'm just going to keep right here until he gets used to it being at least this close to him. Just keep up the same pressure. There you go, just poop on it. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, we're going to be okay. There we go. Well, goodness, this is a lot of work, isn't it? So right now you see my hand open. I'm not trying to hold him back. Just going to correct him if he does something silly. There we go. There we go. There's a touch. There's a touch. The one thing you don't want to do, you want to work on one side at a time. And I've seen a lot of people get bumped and stepped on and everything if the wind's blowing and they let that flag blow over and they see it out of the other eye. If it just kind of poofs over and appears into that other eye, you're going to have problems standing on this side of the horse. Because he's going to leave town and you're between him and the exit. So you just be sure not to let it cross sides until you work on that other side of that horse. There's a good boy. I was a little bit worried about it moving and coming at him, so I just get back here a little bit and let it cross from one side or the other. So if you get back far enough, he can see it out of both eyes, so you're not really changing eyes yet. You're just kind of easing into it. Take it back. You got a fly back there? They offer it to him, let him see if he wants to sniff it. Ooh, retreat a little bit. There we go. There's a good boy. So the more times I take it away and then bring it up to him, and he gets used to it coming toward him, the better off he'll be too. Just kind of using that string there to help it with the wind. Goodness gracious. All right, let me try some of this some more. Come up and pet him. There's our good boy. There's our good boy. Good boy. Now, we've got a ways to go yet, but was you ever thought after that first reaction that I'd be able to sit here and just rub him on the side with this flag here? I'll take it away, let it come toward him. I take it away, let it come toward him. I take it away, let it come toward him. Take it away, let it come toward him. A little bit of difference, huh? Take it away, let it come toward him. There's our good boy. All right, I think he needs a break from there. But that's the general idea, and we will work on the other side. Just because I got it done on this one does not mean that the other one is going to be happy about it. So just be consistent. Let them move their feet. Start off at a spot that doesn't put them into that red zone. You know, start off way back here, maybe at the end of the lead rope if you need to. And just see what they're going to do. Ease up to it until you get them into that yellow zone, and then maintain that pressure, that steady pressure, until they stand still and relax a little bit, or turn their nose toward it. Any sign of putting up with it. And remember, a soft hand yields a soft horse. So we'll go and let him take a break and come back and do the other side.